10.
Well, now somebody just spoke about Kanye being over Cube. Now I understand that
I told you
Kanye,
I had a problem.
and let's
Kanye
talk
didn't make
about
my list.
Kanye. Let's talk about Kanye real quick because I'm the one
Kanye
that
didn't make my
pushed for
list.
Kanye. This is the whole story. When we were talking about what the criteria was, it was skill, body of work, and impact. And I'm sitting here looking at this thing, and I'm like, damn, man, Kanye, if we were ranking this from 1 to 10, each of those things, Kanye is a 10 in that impact and body of work area. And it's hard
10 on a body of work.
What's that?
I don't have anybody at a 10 on a body of work.
How many people can say that they got 4 albums better than The College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy?
I think the people that can say that we put ahead of him.
But he did it over different spans. I mean, it's just what his impact.
You answered. I'm just saying, like you asked, like who? I'm like Ghostface, Scarface. Nas,
I don't think
Jay-Z.
you know me, and anybody who watches the show knows that Ghostface is my favorite rapper. I love Ghostface to death. I don't think Ghostface has 4 albums better than those 4. I can't say that. Supreme Clientele is one of my favorites.
Everybody else. I'm not big on Graduation like everybody else is, and so maybe that's why I feel that way. Maybe like that is my 4th of his 4 great albums, and it's Mike. I never listened to Graduation outside of Flashing Lights, truthfully.
And you know what? Somebody brought up pen game, right? I think that whole notion that Kanye ain't got no pen, I think is overblown. I mean, when you listen to Kanye's music, it sounds like the Kanye that you hear talking on TMZ. Who's writing this stuff? If it's not him, there's not an artist out there, and we talked about this too, that's more personable than Kanye. As personal as his records are, who's writing this stuff for him?
I would agree with that sentiment.
Who wrote Through the Wire for this nigga? He got in the car crash. He had his mouth wired shut. Who wrote that for him? I was about to say, Mike. Really?
Mike, I remember when we were having this conversation yesterday and I was actually pulling into my house, I remember telling you that The College Dropout is the most relatable hip-hop album ever made.
And everybody, I mean, you know, I don't know how.
And Mike, that's why you got me to convince him to put him in. But even when you said that, Mike, I told you I don't think he's top 10 still. But
I mean, listen, this is the thing.
Based on this funky ass criteria,
everybody was on some gangster shit back then. Who is writing Jesus Walks for this nigga for real? Like, who's writing? They don't care what people. We don't care what people say. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's writing this?
Look, because Mike, because Inside Baseline in 2000, 2001, Bleak, Siegel, the Young Guns, Freeway, and Ho.
He even put them guys on songs with him, and he still wasn't rapping like them or about what they were rapping about. So you know, people got to stop that. But and even like someone said on here, Graduation. Who can't tell me nothing is Kanye. Like you said, Gold Digger, that is Kanye. When you listen to these songs, it tells you everything you need to know about the individual. All Falls Down tells you everything you need to know about the individual. No. So I don't want to act like his pen or his skill level is much lower than what people are making it seem like.
No, it's not like that. He showed out before too. Like he got skills, he got verifiable skills. But here's you, Mike. You want to know how, like in sports, they have what's called like the eye test,
right?
And it's like if you just see it, you just kind of like know. I will tell you this as a hip hop fan right now, and I understand the reason and the rationale. And this isn't our opinions. We did this objectively as possible. There's something that just feels wrong about having Kanye as an MC ahead of Ice Cube, ahead of Black Thought, ahead of KRS-One. There is something about it that feels wrong, Mike. So, like, the people that are feeling that way about Kanye being too high, they are right, because your eye test, or I guess your ear test in this sense, is kind of telling you, yeah, but Kanye ain't fucking with Chris. Chris will destroy Kanye. And
we're
Chris
talking about skill, but Chris, you know what?
No, Mike. And listen, let me finish, though. KRS got catalog and impact too. So it's like for cats to feel that way, no, that's valid, and that's why I didn't want Kanye in the top 10 because
let me ask
something
you.
about it feel wrong still. Like Mike, it's like that girl that you used to date that she checked all the boxes, but you still didn't love her ass because really all she did was check all the boxes.
Well, let me ask you this, Tupac fan. Why doesn't that qualify when it comes to Tupac? Because he's not the best rapper out there.
Hey, Mike, if we're talking about pen game, Kanye's pen game actually might be a little tighter than Pac's, actually. Mike, Pac is a force of nature like we have never seen in this business and will not see again. There is literally something about him, his voice, when he speaks, the depths that he speaks from. And even how about this? Even though Kanye is personable and speaks from his soul, nobody has spoken from the depths of their soul consistently the way Pac has, except for maybe Face. I don't even put Ye up in that stratosphere.
I understand, and you're completely right. And I think that, we give that to him in that sense when we don't even start talking about skill set and all that when it comes to Pac. You're right.
Like,
when you look at this list, though, when you look at this list,
Pac is the only guy. Pac is the only guy that the depth of what he said from his soul transcended the fact that he really wasn't inherently that great of an MC or lyricist. It's that serious.
And that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He's not really super nice.
That's all I'm saying. It's not even, and I'm not dumping on Pac or anything, but I think that, when you talk about the story that Kanye is able to translate through his rhymes and his music, with that lack of skill level, that's a skill in itself. Who else can say dark-skinned friend look like Michael Jackson, light-skinned friend look like Michael Jackson? You think Jay or Nas could get away with lines like that?
Never,
that's a skill.
Never.
The fact that he's able to even do that.
And it still don't. No, Mike.
He's witty as fuck on the mic.
No, Mike,
that's a skill.
I agree with everything that you're saying, Mike. I agree with everything that you're saying. It's just checking the boxes, though. There's something about it that still don't feel right. That's why he didn't even make my list, because I told you it was going to be problematic to qualify him and to quantify him. And here we go.
This is the comment in the comment section I've been waiting for. Ronnie Bug said, "Where is Drake?" Well, Ronnie, you think that Drake can out-rap Kanye West? You think Drake has a through the wire in his catalog?
I want to let you know Mike was waiting for you. Whoever you are that popped up, Mike was talking about you before the show. Right, waiting for you to pop up.
So does Drake have a through the wire in his catalog? Does Drake have a Can't Tell Me Nothing in his catalog? And we got reference tracks on Drake. We got reference tracks on Drake. Send me a reference Kanye track, man. And really, and while we talking about Jigga and all this stuff, Jay's great. But Lucifer, I gotta get my soul right. Y'all don't think Mr. West helped with that? Get out of here, man. I feel it. Niggas don't like Kanye, but we have to be objective here.
The thing people who are Drake fans that bring Drake into Kanye's realm have to understand that Kanye has made, Mike, he's made at least 3 classics, right? Arguably 4. Yeah, so Drake's out of that conversation.
4. And you know what? And I'm like you, I don't really like graduation like that. But I'm not really a huge graduation fan like that. But I've seen what people have said over the years. Graduation is that turning point. When 50 dropped Curtis and 50 is on top of the game and Kanye dropped Graduation, he outsold 50 in that sense and made a better album, the game changed. It opened the door for the Coles, the Kendricks, the Drakes, the ASAPs. And it let people know that, you know what, this gangster shit is dead on a mainstream level. That album's important. 808s and Heartbreaks is even important. If you want to talk this Drake shit, I'm not a fan of that album either. No, hear me out. Not a fan of that album either. But when you listen to 808s and Heartbreaks, is that not so far gone? Did Drake not just step on those stairs of that album and create a career out of it?
No, Mike. And
that's impact.
Unfortunately, this is that and that. Hold on, Mike. Moments like that are why I don't love Impact, because it's like, so Mike, can we go to Jay real quick at number 1? I put Jay above Nas on this list on the criteria, mostly based on the fact that his impact on the game has been greater than Nas's, but I don't think it's been better than Nas's because Jay set a lot of standards and trends that other cats couldn't follow up to or keep up with because they're not as good as him.
Yeah, I agree. He picked up where Big left off because Big was doing the same thing. Big was setting trends that weren't really all the way great, but he could do it seamlessly.
Oh, you mean impact-wise?
Yeah, impact-wise.
Okay.
You know, because he had, I mean, a lot of people will tell you it was written as the way it is because of the success of Ready to Die. You know?
Mike, so Volume 1 and Volume 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Yeah. Look, Jay and Nas tried to make the albums that they wanted, and then after they didn't, they started doing what Big was doing.
Yeah.
It was like,